Hello everyone, my name is Lea and I really like Tinnet. This project vlog will be a little bit different than my usual project vlogs because there's a special meaning behind it. And to give you a bit more context about it, I'll have to talk a bit about some darker topics like mental health issues, depression, and even death. But I'll try to keep this as brief as possible. But if you don't want to hear it, please just skip the intro. So, in this vlog, I want to make my own merch, so to say, inspired by the merch from the band Grayscale, which is one of my all-time favorite bands. I've been a fan of theirs since 2016. I remember having my first month of Spotify Premium and I stumbled upon the playlist Pop Punk's Not Dead. And the first song on that playlist that I heard was Changed by Grayscale, which is from their EP What We're Missing. And I heard that song again and again on repeat. I really, really liked it. I liked the whole EP. And back then I went through some mental health issues and their music really, really helped me back then. I struggled with depression all the way to 2017. And their album Adornment, which released in 2017, also really helped me through this not so nice time of mine. But then I got some therapy and all was well for a few years. And now we're going to the 6th of September 2019. That was the day their album Nella Vita released. I know the exact same day because on that day I went on the best vacation that I've ever been to so far with my back then 3 best friends. We went from Germany all the way to the UK for 2 weeks in a little motorhome, and we drove all the way from Dover to Loch Ness and down again. And I have so many amazing memories of this vacation. I saw some filming locations from my favorite movie Pride and Prejudice, the 25 version, and also some Harry Potter locations, and it was really, really nice. And I remember listening to Nella Vita and driving through the English countryside and Scottish Highlands, and it was such amazing. My favorite song from Grayscale is on that album. It's the song Just Right. I really, really love this song. And now we're coming to the part that I was dreading talking about. This is my 4th attempt filming this intro because every time I get a bit too emotional for my liking. I try to keep it, like I said, as brief as possible, but I really want to give you some context. And I really want to talk about this. So at the end of 2020, one of my friends that I went on holiday to the UK with very tragically passed away within a month. He got really sick and died. And it was fucking traumatic losing him just like that. So it's very hard for me to this day to listen to Nella Vita. On one hand, I'm reliving all those memories that I had with my vacation to the UK and seeing this beautiful country. And but on the other hand, it reminds me of losing him. But that's also a good point, so that I'm not forgetting him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a mixed bag of emotions when I'm listening to Nella Vita or Grayscale in particular. So his death really left some scars. And it really changed me as a person. That may sound cheesy, but it really, really changed me. And I really, really struggled after his death. I really struggled. But with the help of my boyfriend, I got the help that I really needed. And I've been better since. So that's great. That's the great news. So now we're coming to this year. It's January 31st, 2025, 6 a.m. and want to get ready for work. And I sit down, open up Spotify and get the notification that Grayscale released their new album, The Hart. And I thought, damn, I didn't know that. I heard their music on and off the last few years. And I thought I listened to this album while I get ready, but I couldn't. It blew my mind. And all I could do was to listen to this album instead of getting ready. And I even cried when I listened to their song Mom 2, because it's such a beautiful song. The lead singer talked in previous songs on previous albums about the relationship he has to his mother and Mom too had some kind of happy ending to this, and I don't know, it really got to me. Such a beautiful song, such a beautiful album. It's really a masterpiece. So when I listened to this album, I realized that I would love to get some merch for this album. So after, I think, 2 or 3 weeks, I went on their merch site, found a really nice hoodie that I like, and wanted to buy it, but it was sold out. Good for them, sad for me. So I tried to let it go, but I thought about this hoodie for weeks when I heard the album and realized that I could use this opportunity to pay some kind of tribute to Grayscale and their music by potentially knitting my own merch. And that was when I just started on my first vlog for this YouTube channel. So the idea was in the back of my mind, and I've worked on this project since the beginning of March, the end of February. It really took some time. So now I want to give back this microphone to Past Me, who will tell you a bit more about the pattern that I chose and the yarn that I'll use. And I really want to thank you if you've listened to me. I really appreciate it. This was actually the first time that I talked about this and didn't cry, so that's a win for me. I'll now make myself a coffee as a little reward and maybe get a snack and go back to knitting the Hart sweater. This whole not getting the hoodie situation set the idea in my head that I maybe could just knit my own merch. So over a few months, I planned out this sweater. The sweater has been in the making since the beginning of this year, and I filmed so much already, and I tried to navigate us all through it. The first thing I did was screenshotting the back of the hoodie, the design that I really wanted to knit, and did some AI upscaling with it to have the best possible quality. And before I went to stitch fiddle, I had to decide what kind of knitting pattern I want to use for the sweater. All I knew was that I wanted it to be a drop shoulder pattern because I like these kind of sweaters the most. And I found an unfinished sweater in my stash, which is the Just Sweater, which is a free pattern. I didn't finish that because I didn't have enough yarn. I looked up in the pattern how many stitches I had for the front, and then I went to Stitch Fiddle. If you're a knitter or crocheter, you probably know this website where you can create your own colorwork pattern. And I imported the upscaled image to this website and put in the stitches for the front. And then I had to basically do the front design in 3 colors. That took a few days. I was really happy with it. And I laid out the unfinished Just Sweater on the floor and placed stitch markers from where to where the design would go, so I could imagine it a bit better. That was really helpful. Hi, I'm currently editing this video and thought I need to clarify a few things here and there, so I'll pop up some times in this video, don't worry, and I give you a bit more context. Remember when I told you that I had my first Just Sweater attempt still in my stash and wouldn't probably finish it? Well, that's right, but I found it, and I'm currently putting the acrylic yarn that I used for the sweater into my acrylic scrap yarn blanket that I showed you a few times on this channel already. I'm still working on it. Like I said, I want to use up all my acrylic yarn that I have in this blanket, and I'm currently using up all the yarn from my first Just Sweater attempt. And the funny thing is, here you can still see the marker that I used to see how far the design would go. It's just fun. I thought I hadn't had that sweater in my stash anymore, but I clearly have, and I'm using up all the yarn. That's fun. Then, theoretically, the sweater was planned. I didn't really talk about my plans for the back that I at first had. Like I did with the footage on Stitch Fiddle where I designed the front, I did the exact same thing for the back. My first idea was to do the track list, the name of all these songs on the album on the back, but that didn't really work out. I didn't have enough stitches to clearly write out all the track songs. That was a shame. At first I really tried. I spent a whole afternoon of trying, redoing and trying other things, but then thought maybe I can do another clover design. I'm not sure if it's called clover, but something like that, maybe a bit bigger, but that didn't feel right, so I thought maybe just go with plain black. So the next logical step was to choose what kind of yarn I want to use. It took me a little bit to decide, but in the end I chose 3 colors. At first we have Drops Lima in color black, which is the number 8903. Then this beautiful Drops Lima golden color, and that's the color 2923. And just some basic Drops Lima white, which is the color 1101. And I got, I think, 10 balls of Drops Lima in black, 3 balls of the yellow color, gold color, and a few balls of white. And then I just had to start, which I didn't do until a few months ago. I am really nervous and excited today because a few hours ago Grayscale announced that they're coming to Europe and the UK in November, and I'm really excited about this, and I'm planning to go on at least one concert. So what does this mean for my knitting project? I have a deadline, but it's just in the beginning of November, and it's currently the end of April. I'm excited. I'm so freaking motivated to start this project, but I'm currently knitting the campanulity, which I want to finish first. I'm really glad that I'm taking my time with the planning for the design of the whole sweater, because every day I get some new fresh ideas on what I could do to pep this sweater up, if you can say that. I'm thinking I should do maybe a practice swatch to learn intarsia, but maybe not. Maybe I just wing it, put a lifeline on before I start with the color work, and then if something goes wrong I can easily go back. I think I'll do that once I'm starting with the project. I think I can talk a bit more about my ideas for some nice accents for the sweater. So the just sweater pattern is a drop shoulder pattern, and I saw a knitting vlog today where the creator did a horizontal stitch. I have to look the exact words for that up, but she did on both sides a horizontal stitch, knit stitch, and it looked really nice. And I had the idea maybe I can do something like that as well. Maybe do that in the gold orange color that I'm planning to use, and I want to do that as well on the sleeves, but these are all ideas for now. I'm not sure how I can execute these ideas yet. It's just all in my head, and I have to do a bit more planning, reading the pattern, and see how I can achieve all my ideas. Like I just said, I'm currently working on the campanulity, and once I'm done with the campanulity, I want to start with the Hart sweater, which I'm calling this little sweater. I'm excited for that, and I'm really gonna take my time with it, and I want to achieve a sweater I'm gonna really be proud of. I'm really excited for this. I'm also thinking about if I want to do the sweater cropped or maybe a bit longer, because every sweater cardigan I've done in the past was cropped, which I still very much like. But I would also like some more longer sweaters and cardigans in the future. I just have to think of what I want to wear to the concert and plan the sweater around the rest of the outfit. And if I'm honest, the sweater will be cropped. This is much more my style. When I planned the design on Stitch Fiddle, I realized that the sweater can't be cropped because of the length of the design. So I just wanted to clarify this. I didn't tell you about it until the very end, I think. I don't know why I told you that, but I'm not planning the sweater around the outfit. It should be the other way around. The sweater should be the centerpiece, and the whole outfit should be should be around the sweater itself. So I'm doing that, of course. Yeah, I had to share my excitement with you because of the announcement for the tour dates. The tickets will be on sale on Friday, and today is Monday. I'm really excited. I know I said that already 500 times, but I'm really excited. When I was editing, I was sure that I had a clip of me telling you a bit more about the concert tickets that I got, but I think I deleted them. I really wanted to tell 1 or 2 sentences about the concert and the tickets when they released the tour dates. I originally wanted to go to 2 concerts. That was my first thought. I would love to go to 2 concerts, and I had 2 locations that I wanted to go to because they're the most convenient for me. But the problem is that the second location is right after the first location, and that's a problem for me because I need at least 1 day to recover and travel over there, and that's a bit sad, so I can't go to the second concert. But I got tickets for the first choice of my concert, and I'm going there with my girl best friend and her boyfriend. In the past, we went to many concerts and festivals, and I'm really excited to go on this concert with them. This knitting process will be such a joy for me. Now I'm going back to the campanula tea because I really want to finish this. These 2.5 millimeter needles are killing me and my hands. You know what I realized? I didn't tell you about the gauge swatch that I did and the needles that I used. So I briefly talk about those. I used 5 millimeter needles. I had to redo the swatch, I think 2 times. At first I did it with 4.5 millimeter needles, but then with 5 millimeter needles. I hit gauge. I drove past your mother's house just to see how it felt. How's it all been since we were kids? Just hope you're doing well. Thought about how your hair stayed wet when you showered after sex. Soaked the sheets, pillow sets, through my teeth to my chest and see. Back in my head, do you remember it? When we fucked in my car, I swore to God I would die for you. Yeah, man, and you were the light in my dark. My Borealis, my distant beach, lit up in silver sun. So let's do the first real update on my little The Hart sweater. Yesterday I finished, as you've seen, both front pieces, and now I joined them for the front, and now I'm doing the color work. This is how much I have done so far. Really cool. I use 2 balls of white and 1 ball of black, and so far I have no complaints. This worked up quite fast so far, but I knew that. I mean, I only have around 96 stitches for the front. Normally it's more than 100 when I'm knitting with other yarn and smaller needles. So what do we think about this yellow-orange line that I did? I casted the stitches for the front, for both fronts, on with the yellow color, and I thought it was a good idea. I'm still thinking that. And maybe I'll try, when I do the sleeves, I pick up the stitches as well with the orange color. Maybe this will nice, but I'll decide that after I'm done with the whole body and when I can see the the pattern in front. I'm really happy. This will be really cool. Yeah, hopefully I can do a few more rows today so that I can show you a bit more of the motif. I give it all just to feel that alive again. Righting my wrongs, make my bads feel fine. I'm homesick for you and I don't know why. I died in your arms and it'd be just right. And I wonder if our curses cross again, or will they stay parallel? You can blame me for all of this. Beautifully broke her heart. I was so young back then, and Mr. Williams sighed. Bonjour mon ami. It's been around 1.5 weeks, maybe 2, since we last talked. And I have a very big life update. If you can tell by the very blank background, I'm currently packing up my apartment and I'll be moving in a week. I'm very excited about that because the apartment I'll be moving into is double the size of my current apartment. But it's in a different city. That's a bit tragic, but I love my current city, but I think I love the new city also, and I'll be living closer to some of my friends, which I'm excited about. So yeah, I'm currently in the process of packing up all my stuff. I'm almost finished, and it's quite hard to knit at the current moment, and also filming myself knitting and giving you some updates. So I took a bit of time off from packing and thought I show you my progress on the Hart sweater. I'm really excited to show you this because it looks so freaking good. So freaking good. 1 second. And here we have it. This looks exactly how I wanted it to look. That is so amazing. I'm really, really happy. I'm so proud of myself for creating this. This will be a really cool sweater. I still have, I wanted to look at my watch, but my watch is currently charging, but my watch is currently charging. So I thought I had it on me and wanted to look. It doesn't matter. I still have a few more months to go until the concert for the sweater. Let me put it on here. Amazing. I mean, look at the font. This is exactly like the... And this is, by the way, the inside. I have a million ends to weave in. I'm speechless. I'm really, really happy. This will be such a great sweater. I still have a few more rows to go. I have to do the clover. I have to do the second clover on the bottom here. And then the motif for the front is finished. I'm still not sure if I want to do something for the back. I think I won't be doing that. I think I want to have it just black and the sleeves also just black, except I want to try that. Except for the first round where I pick up the stitches, I'll try to pick them up in the orange color like I did with the shoulder. I think this will maybe be an interesting look, and if I don't like it, I'll just throw it and start over in just black. I'm also very limited currently at my filming locations. This is the only space at the moment where I can sit and talk to you and the background isn't full chaos. I'm really happy about the color work that I did, and it was a bit tricky to work a few rows here and there with 3 strands of color, but I just took my time and sorted my balls of yarn every now and then it was quite easy. I had to concentrate quite a bit, but it really paid off. I'll be going back to knitting now.
here we have my beautiful sweater in its full glory so far. Here you can see the front, which turned out so amazing, and the just plain black. And now I have to sew them together with the mattress stitch. It's been ages since I've done that, so I have to look up a tutorial how to do that. But it's something I should definitely be able to manage. And once the body is finished, I think I'll do the neck just to cinch it in, and then I can work out better how long I want the sleeves to be. I'm thinking of doing the neckband just in plain black yarn. At first I thought I could do something like I did here, but for my liking it's a bit too close to the start of the color work, so I don't think that this would look as good as I would like. So far it looks really random with the orange. But if I shouldn't like it in the end, I just can't put a double duplicate stitch over that in black maybe. I'll just first try it with just plain. Or what I could do, which would be maybe quite fun, I could do this yellow, just came to my mind, on the back side of the neck. So I would pick up these stitches for the back. You can't see that. So I would pick up these stitches for the back with the yellow yarn, and then for the front in black, so that that could be quite cool. But it could also look very dumb. I think I'll try that, if I'm honest. Maybe I'll do one round of stockinette stitch for the orange stitches. Will this look good? I'll just try. That's the fun of it. I really want to try that, so I'll be doing that. But first, like I said, the mattress stitch for the front and back panels. This is this is how the this looks so wild. My tension was not the best, but it's good enough, and it should definitely fit me. It's a bit oversized, and I'm excited to see what blocking will do to the sweater. So I'll come back to you soon, hopefully. Hi there, I just finished the neck. Let me show you my masterpiece. Ta-da! It's so dark, you can't see it. It's not finished, I just cast it off. Now I have to turn it inside out and sew it down. Let me tell you what I did. So, here we have the front. Very cute, lovely. And the back. So my idea, you can't see that. I started casting on stitches on, I think, here on this side. Then I picked up all the stitches for the back until the other shoulder part in orange and the other half in black. Then I knitted the orange stitches, and in the front I started with knit and purl. And then on the second round, I also knitted and purled the orange stitches in black. Not sure if you're gonna see that, but I think it's a very nice detail. Why not? I picked up 110 stitches in total for the neck and knitted with 4mm needles. Then I did knit purl ribbing for 11 rounds. Did 3 rounds of double knitting, so the first and last round I knitted a stitch and slipped the purl stitch purlwise with the yarn in front, slipped the knit stitch purlwise with the yarn in back, and purled the purl stitch. And then I did ribbing again, knit 1, purl 1, until round 24. Normally, what some patterns suggest is that you pick up a stitch from the cast on edge
slip it on the left needle and knit two together with the stitch already on your needle so that you sew it down. But every time I tried that, my neck was way too tight. So what I find works best for me is to do, what's it called? Jenny's stretchy bind off, where you do a yarn over, then purl or knit a stitch, and then bind off 2 stitches over 1. If you did it, you know what I mean. If you don't, I have the tutorial linked for you in the description if you're interested. I really like that one. Now I have this, and because I did 3 rounds of the double knitting, I have a folding edge, so I know where to fold it down. Then I'll pin it in place and sew it down. And then the neck is finished. So that's what I do today. Probably, if I have time, I have to assemble a bookshelf. Yeah, good for me. I should definitely be able to do that. It's not that hard. And while I'm doing that, I'm currently watching a gameplay video for the new Silent Hill F. Silent Hill is a horror game, if you never heard of that. And I really enjoy watching these kinds of gameplays where you have no commentary and just the video game, because I'm way too scared to play those games. But I really enjoy video games, so most of the time I just watch someone else play while I can knit or assemble a bookshelf. You know what would be a very good idea? I should try it on before I sew it down, because I have no idea if I picked up enough stitches. 1 second. Damn, it's perfect. Wow. I did such a great job. Amazing, cool. I'm so excited to see what blocking will do to the sweater. I always enjoy the blocking process of my garments because it just does some magic to them. I'm enjoying this sweater so much, and it's not even finished, but now I have a vest. Oh yeah, and I sewed down the side pieces. And I realized that the back was a bit too short. That was amazing. It's alright, I guess. But that was a shame when I realized that. It was 2 centimeters short or something like that. That was, yeah, we don't talk about that. It fits, and I learned how to do the mattress stitch. I never got the hang of it, but it's really not that hard. I really like to knit seamlessly. So I'm not sure when I next need to do the mattress stitch, but I found a nice tutorial. I've linked it in the description as well as the tutorial for the stretchy bind off. And now comes the fun part of assembling the bookshelf. It's over there. It's still in the packaging. Yeah. Wish me luck. Thoughts and prayers. See you later, alligator. Hi. I just cleaned out a few boxes that I still have lying around the new apartment, and I listened to the Hart, so that got me a bit in the mood to set up the camera and tell you about the progress that I did so far today. I enthusiastically picked up these stitches for the first sleeve, even though I still didn't sew down the neck. I totally forgot about that. I'll do that later. So, like I said, I picked up the stitches for the first sleeve, and I did it with just plain black yarn. Instead of picking up the stitches for the first round in the yellow yarn, it didn't feel right, so I didn't do that. But I'm planning on doing the ribbing for the sleeve in some kind of way, like I did with my koi top, which was something like this, where I did 1 or 2 rounds in the accent color. And I think I got the idea from the folklore cardigan, which I've knitted myself last year. It's Taylor Swift merch, but she doesn't belong in this video. So I'm thinking of doing that. So just plain black sleeve, ribbing a few rounds, and then 1 or 2 rows, probably 2 rows in the yellow, a few more rows in black, binding off, done. That's the plan for the sleeve. Progress so far. I'm currently on round 14. The pattern says to pick up
80 stitches in size medium, but I did 82 because I had 82 to pick up. So I'll do 82 for the second sleeve as well. So what's nice now is that I can just knit, stockinette in the round. Every 6th round I have to do 2 decreases, and all in all I do 13 decrease rounds. So my last decrease round is in round 78. And what I like to do is to go on my Ravelry project page and list up all the decrease rounds that I have, so that it's easy for me to keep track of all my decreases. When I was just listening to the Hart, I asked myself what my favorite song from the album is. At first I thought it's Mom 2, because I got so emotional and still get emotional when I'm hearing that song, but I wouldn't say that's my favorite song. You know, your favorite song is the one you, I don't know, want to dance to all night long. I'm not sure yet what my favorite song is. I have the track list right here. I like Kept Me Alive, Through the Landslide is also very, very nice. If I'm honest, I like every song. Painting Over You is also very good. Yeah, I still have to decide what my favorite song is. All in all, my favorite song from Grayscale is the song Just Right from Nella Vita. I know exactly where I was when I listened to that song the first time, and that was very special to me. We were driving through the Scottish Highlands.
I knitted the first sleeve in just 2 days. I finished it yesterday evening, and I think I really like the decision that I make, and therefore the sleeve. I'll show you that one. For a little disclaimer, I think it will be a bit too long. I think I did the plain black ribbing before I start with the accent color. I think I did it around 2 or 3 rounds too long. But I'll just take a look at the sweater once it's blocked and finished, and if the sleeves are too long, I can just go back and fix it, like I did with my Celine cardigan, for example. So, what did I do? Let me show you.
And here you have it. This is how the ribbing looks. Quite nice. I think it looks very nice together with the whole sweater. I think I like my decision, but like I said, the ribbing is now a bit too long. Let me measure it again. I think it was around 9 centimeters instead of 8. Yep, it's 1 centimeter longer than the pattern says to knit. It's not that big of a deal for me. I like longer sleeves, except for the the one time that I did the Celine cardigan. The sleeve was way too long for my liking, but maybe this one will be alright. We'll see. Like I said, if it's too long, I just frock back a few rounds, maybe until here, and then I start with the 2 rounds of the yellow color and so on. Let me tell you how I did this sleeve. I have my notes on Ravelry, 1 second. So I knitted to round 15, then I did 2 rounds, so round 15 to 17 in orange, then 2 rounds in black, 2 rounds in orange again, 1 round in black, and then I did 2 rounds of double knitting and the bind off. And this is a very neat finish and look. I really like this one. And I didn't do the 8 decreases that the pattern says to do, and I'm glad I didn't do that because it fits really well. The sleeve so far goes up until here it was, I think, so it will definitely grow a bit. I have to weave in a few ends. And yeah, this morning I picked up, while drinking my cup of coffee, I picked up 82 stitches for the second sleeve, and I'm currently in round 6, so my first decrease round. Probably I'll finish this sweater in the next few days, and I'm excited about this. This is a really great sweater. I really, really like it.
The sweater is done. And like I already mentioned in this video quite a few times, I am so happy and excited and just very proud of myself for doing this. I can't stop staring at it. It's currently on the mannequin for you to see it a bit better. I'll make a few more shots of myself wearing it and showing you them at the end of me talking. This was a really hard video for me to make. I know I could have just not tell you about all these stuff that I told you about. I could have just say, hey, I like this band. I couldn't get the merch, so I made my own. But I just wanted to talk about why this project is so important for me. And I hope I achieved that. I just finished editing most of the video and I'm proud of myself. This is a very personal project for me. And what's also very nice about making this video is that since making this video, I played the guitar way more often than I previously did. I learned playing the guitar when I was a teenager. I just bought myself a 50 euro guitar and watched a few YouTube tutorials. I never really got lessons or something like that, so I'm not that good. And I played on and off just for myself. Yeah, I I recorded myself playing the song, my favorite song, Just Right from Grayscale, and using that as background music for this video. I'm proud of myself for doing that. I'm happy. I can't wait to wear this sweater to the concert and show you some footage of me wearing this one at the concert in some project vlog in the future. This project was everything I wanted it to be, and I'm really happy. I'm repeating myself so many times, but I'm just happy. So thank you so much if you've watched this video, and thank you for just being here. It really means so much for me. And if you enjoyed this video, you know the drill. Maybe like and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the next video, which I'm also very excited about because this will be the project that I mostly knitted in Norway. And now I make myself a coffee and maybe play some Fortnite. Thank you so much, and I really hope you have a great day. Bye.
I give it all just to feel that alive again. Righted my wrongs, made my bads feel fine. I'm homesick for you, and I don't know why. I die in your arms, and it'd be just right. I give it all just to feel that alive again. Righted my wrongs, made my bads feel fine. I'm homesick for you, and I don't know why. I die in your arms, and it'd be just right.